I'm David Perdue. I'm running for governor to make sure Stacey Abrams is never governor of Georgia.
That's enough of that. It's a whole ad. It's like 2.5 minutes long. I honestly couldn't stand to watch more than 7 consecutive seconds of David Perdue, but he is going to be running. He wants to be the next governor of Georgia. And what's interesting is that in that intro to the ad, he says he's running to stop Stacey Abrams, who will be running on the Democratic side. He first has to win the primary, though, because they do have an incumbent, Brian Kemp, who's currently holding the seat as a Republican. But Perdue is just jumping right past him. And I get why Perdue would be so confident. I mean, the voters of Georgia just rejected him less than a year ago. I mean, why wouldn't you be all super eager to run again? But interestingly, despite the fact that he is challenging a sitting incumbent, Donald Trump has already endorsed him. And so it is likely that one of the two, Kemp or Perdue, will end up going up against Stacey Abrams. We don't know for sure, but it certainly seems likely. Nina, what do you think about these potential pairings and the fact that Trump is coming down on the side of Perdue?
Well, I'm not surprised that Mr. Trump has injected himself into this race. Perdue better watch out because, he will stab you in the back real quick. That hopefully he understands that. But let me go back to just the portion. I'm glad you only played a portion because I couldn't stomach any more of that either. Georgians, this man is not running to make your life better. I mean, did you pick up on that, John?
I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, he made it very clear that the reason he is running is to stop Stacey Abrams, not to deal with your quality of life, not to uplift Georgians, whatever his agenda may be in terms of the people of the great state of Georgia. He is just running to stop Stacey Abrams. It reminds me of what Senator Mitch McConnell once said, when President Obama in 2000, when he won, he made it very clear that our goal is not to do right by the people, even by their standards, whatever they believe. No. It was to make President Obama a one-term president. I'm having flashbacks to that. So Georgians, you at least deserve somebody, whether you agree with their politics or not, who are running technically to do something to make your life better and not just simply to stop another person. We know that's like the small print, John, right? That's usually the small print. You don't do that in your introductory video.
That's true. I want to be fair, though. I do think it's mainly about stopping Stacey Abrams. I also think, though, to be fair to David Perdue, he probably also wants to use the seat to personally enrich himself. Because that's what he did in the Senate. I mean, the guy is like running for the governor spot again. He should be in jail. Like, he and Kelly Loeffler spent 2020 trying to personally profit off of secret information they had about the pandemic. And people didn't seem to like it. That's got to have been one of the reasons both of them were thrown out of the Senate. And yet he thinks he can run again. So that seems to be his motivation. But why is Donald Trump supporting him? Is it about Perdue and his record, his knowledge of the issues? I sort of doubt it. I think it comes down to which of the two, Perdue or Kemp, is going to be better for Trump in a very particular area in a couple of years. And to demonstrate this, bear in mind that Perdue spent the latter months of 2020 pushing Trump's lie that the presidential election had been stolen after Trump threatened him with mean tweets. So he had said, to fight back, we simply have to be united. Unfortunately, today we are divided, and Brian Kemp and Brad Raffensperger are to blame. So he's saying Brian Kemp, Republican governor, Raffensperger, Republican Secretary of State, betrayed Trump and screwed over the Republicans by not overturning the results of the Georgia election. Presumably, if he had been in charge, or if he's in charge in the future, he would be willing to step in and help Donald Trump to win an election he didn't win. Now, of course, they're missing the fact that even if he'd won Georgia, he still would have lost the election. But anyway, Trump seems to be trying to get key allies into key positions so that he can challenge or overturn the results of an election. Even Raffensperger, by the way, who sort of did the right thing last year, this year has been doing complete sham audits of the results of like Fulton County and things like that to try to reassure Trump that he's willing to politicize these elections. So I would just say the stakes between Kemp and Perdue or Abrams are obviously incredibly high. I can imagine them being higher in a governor's battle. But if this is being designed to potentially influence the 2024 presidential election, even more so, it's important that Stacey Abrams or a Democrat wins that race. Any other thoughts?
Well, you bring up a very important reminder, John, and never let us forget it, that 99% of what Trump does, all roads lead back to how it edifies him, period.
Yeah.
You know, and you're right. That's why the endorsement is there. And also, I want to thank you for just, reminding me, but that at least Perdue, I guess on the bright side of that video, is being very transparent about his motives.
100%.
Something to be said about knowing who you're dealing with.
Exactly. Most of our job is just trying to make sure everybody knows who we're dealing with.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.